film in American cinema history restricted from minors, with numerous scenes also censored. Before its eventual release, it featured many violent visuals throughout. This was 1990's Predator 2. Back in 1987 when the first film debuted, Predator had already become iconic. Classic franchise rivaling the Alien series. This sequel laid groundwork for Alien vs. Predator, introducing the Predator earlier in setup. In the previous film, after battling Schwarzenegger's original encounter, this time the Predator moved its hunt to an urban cityscape. 1990's LA had rampant gang activity. In broad daylight, armed openly, they exchanged gunfire with police. Police were even pinned down by fire. Suddenly, a detective joined the fray. His combat expertise swung momentum, forcing the gang back steadily. As the leader retreated to base, preparing heavy weapons for last stand, the rooftop skylight shattered mysteriously. Then, the base exploded. Seeing this, the detective led his team charging inside. Inside, the gang leader suddenly snapped. Disregarding survival, he sprayed bullets wildly. The detective pursued relentlessly. Believing cornered prey, he prepared to arrest, but the leader ignored him completely. Searching frantically for something, he spotted something unexplainable ahead. Firing in panic terror, the detective sighted and fired, ending the threat. A seasoned investigator, he suddenly felt an eerie chill behind him. Turning around, he saw only a blurry figure. Then it vanished instantly. He thought it was a hallucination from stress, so he didn't pay it much mind. Later, he returned to the gang's hideout, but found all his men had been wiped out. Some were even hung upside down from the ceiling. With no rational explanation, he had to set it aside for now. Back at the police station, Mike learned the case was assigned to Agent Peter from headquarters. He had to cooperate. Though unwilling, he yielded under pressure from superiors. He had to compromise, before things could calm down. New trouble arose. That night, Jamaican Voodoo Gang planned to eliminate the local top gang and take over their turf. While they were partying hard, 3 holes suddenly appeared in one member's body. Then he was burned through, instantly plunging the place into chaos. Their bullets hit nothing. When they finally regrouped, weapon materialized in midair. It fired an entangling net, instantly strangling one member. Then came brutal melee weapons against the invisible Predator. These men stood no chance. Soon, nearly all gang members here were dead. Not long after, Mike arrived with police backup. Seeing this, all bodies were skinned and gutted, hung upside down. Fork was stuck in the ceiling vent. Soon FBI agent Peter also arrived, saying this case fell under his jurisdiction too. He then dismissed Mike from the scene. Mike was very unhappy, so he left his assistant at the crime scene to sneak in later to search for clues. As soon as he slipped inside, he removed the spike from the vent pipe. While carefully examining it, sudden noise behind him made him slip and fall. An instinctive reaction, he grabbed something in midair, frightened him again, causing another fall, only to be caught by a hand, then bit the dust mid-scream. Mike found the spike on his assistant's body and had it examined. It proved weightless yet incredibly hard, with razor-sharp edges. Analysis showed its material wasn't from Earth, leaving Mike increasingly baffled. With no other options, he sought the Axe gang leader, hoping to extract information. The leader was a fortune teller. Strangely, his divination den looked completely run down, yet through his fortune-telling craft, he earned his reputation. According to his divination, the real killer came from another world. Its traces impossible to follow, unless drawn out intentionally, otherwise untraceable. But Mike had no patience for his superstitious talk. Considering it nonsense, he turned to leave. Mike turned away. Suddenly, something fell from the sky. The leader deduced his fortune was fading. Believing this resulted from prying into fate, inviting divine retribution. Even the Predator, annoyed by his chatter, intended to kill him. The leader resolved to challenge destiny, but ultimately died by the Predator's hand. Dying with honor, the spirit of defiance was consumed. After consuming his brain, It mounted his skull as a trophy. Mike was suddenly hit by an unknown vehicle while heading home. Men then exited the vehicle, bundled him into a van, filled with sophisticated equipment. Then, Agent Peter appeared, revealing the entire truth to him. The recent murders were all committed by aliens. This alien had actually come to Earth 10 years prior. Top-tier mercenary squad had confronted it then. Although they emerged victorious, only one member survived. That man was Captain Dutch. He informed them of the Predator's advanced technology. If captured alive, it could yield groundbreaking technology. Moreover, the Predator has a critical vulnerability. It can only track targets using thermal vision. This inspired their countermeasure, where heat-proof suits and spray specialized powder, nullifying its invisibility, then immobilize it using liquid nitrogen for capture. Through recent investigation, they discovered this Predator feeds at a specific slaughterhouse every 2 days. Now they've laid traps around the slaughterhouse, awaiting their prey. Soon after, the Predator arrived as expected. At this moment, it couldn't detect any humans, but he instantly sensed something wrong. Next, he began cycling through scanning modes, switching from thermal vision onward, until he activated optical detection. Humans could no longer hide. Now, the roles of hunter and prey were reversed for the Predator. The warrior descended from above, wielding his spear to lay waste around. Commandos, to capture the Predator alive. They brought no heavy firepower along, firing their freeze rays relentlessly. But this posed little threat to the Predator. Before long, these commandos were nearly wiped out. At this moment, Kane geared up wearing a bulletproof vest. Steel plate strapped to his chest, he stormed unarmed to rescue. One blast blew the slaughterhouse door apart. The Predator, facing heavy fire, immediately activated cloaking. But intense combat triggered sprinklers. The downpour completely disabled his cloaking device. Predator homeworld is incredibly arid, scorching hot, with no water sources. Thus the gear isn't waterproof. When visiting their planet previously, simple water bottles were regarded as priceless treasures by their species. No joke. Without cloaking, Predator flesh couldn't withstand bullets. Mike removed the Predator mask, instantly shocked by the horrifying visage this Predator bore an overwhelmingly fierce name. Crab wasn't dead, stay put. He grabbed Mike by the throat and threw him out, then smashed Mike's weapon, marching toward him angrily. Suddenly the surviving Peter lunged out, channeling all his lingering rage, straight at Crab. Then, Crab drew a smart throwing disc from his waist. Its razor-sharp edge sliced everything in its path, showcasing its lethal precision. Peter couldn't escape it either. Finally defeated as intended, seeing Crab was invincible, Mike immediately fled to the rooftop. Crab, with his territorial air mask, pursued closely. Clearly, Earth's air couldn't expose them for long. Just as he prepared to retreat first, to recuperate, Mike suddenly ambushed from ready to perish together, but they didn't end up dead. Crab grabbed Mike's arm, but severely wounded. His situation looked grim, provoked by Mike's words. He activated the self-destruct device. Seeing this, Mike frantically pulled out. The disc stuck in the wall, hacking and smashing, severing Crab's arm with it. Crab tried everything to slow his fall. Finally caught a water pipe, crashing into the opposite building's restroom. Next he smashed the wall barehanded, scooped out broken tiles, poured a mysterious liquid from his medkit onto them. A chemical reaction between them ignited flames. Crab smeared the mixture onto his wounds, then let out a pain howl. After treating the gunshot wound, he injected himself with adrenaline, instantly reviving his energy. The energized Crab charged wildly through the hallways. A shocked old lady stared in disbelief as she came to investigate. Meanwhile, Mike arrived with Crab's bionic disc, immediately giving chase. Following Crab's trail, he entered the elevator shaft. Body fell down. He discovered a hole there. Below it rested an alien spacecraft. On its inner walls were carved indecipherable murals. Deeper inside lay many biological skulls. Dinosaurs, humans, crayfish, mantis shrimp. The predators hunt powerful specimens from various species. They complete their rite of passage by defeating the strongest target in the designated area, marking the successful initiation. Suddenly a metal net shot from behind, trapping Mike tightly in front of him. Luckily he had grabbed Crab's disc. Otherwise this would have been the end. Crab now began his final pursuit of Mike, but the strength difference was overwhelming. While Mike blocked briefly with the disc, he was ultimately overpowered. As Crab prepared the final strike, Mike thrust the disc into Crab's chest. After being impaled, it thrashed and shrieked wildly. Normally, Mike kneeling like this meant certain death. But thanks to Mike's plot armor, Crab just flailed its appendages, and then abruptly died. Before Mike could catch his breath, predator warriors emerged all around him. As it turned out, they had been observing the battle cloaked nearby. Mike watched the predators surrounding him. Believing escape was impossible, he was ready to surrender. Yet the predator made no move against him, merely retrieving Crab's corpse. Bewildered, Mike watched them vanish one by one. The elder bestowed upon him an antique pistol, as a trophy of war, engraved with the date 1715. Then the elder departed with a flourish. Such is the warrior code of the predators. The victor survives while the vanquished perish. Then, the entire ship began shuddering violently. Mike realized the vessel was leaving Earth. He scrambled to escape the ship's searing exhaust, which nearly incinerated him. After the predator's departure, Mike followed the ship's scorched path through the tunnel. But he knew this warring race would return another day.